Welcome back again to the channel, everyone. I definitely appreciate you being here. All right, so for today, we're gonna be taking a look at a couple of items that we looked at on a previous video, where we looked at some scrap parts, PC parts. We were testing them, and today's main thing is gonna be the GPU and the CPU to see if we can get them working. We're gonna start off with the GPU. I'm gonna try to reflow the chip on it and test a couple things to see if I can get it back. I don't know what's gonna happen, and then I'm gonna try some things with the CPU. So I hope you guys enjoy. And this whole testing thing again is gonna take a long time, so we're gonna skip a lot of parts or kind of just speed through a lot of parts. But you're still getting to get to see the work. So enjoy. So the computer actually sees the card, even with the 6 pin and the 4 or the 8 pin and the 6 pin not connected. It shows it here. It just gives you the error. This device is not working properly because Windows cannot load the drivers required for this device. Code 31. The specific request is not a valid operation for the target device. I'm installing the graphics drivers for that specific card right now, just in case it'll pick up afterwards. But I'm curious to know, I still don't get video. The chip now gets warm or hot when I plug it in, but it almost shorts out as soon as I plug in the 6 pin or the 8 pin. Restart. See what happens. Okay, there's still an exclamation point on it. Windows has stopped this device because it has reported problem code 43. Sorry, I don't have my microphone plugged in or anything. I'm just turning on the camera just now because I'm very confused now. This is following up the CPU from the that wasn't working before, that I got for free in the scrap tech thing video. It kept making the every NVMe or SSD that I used, after like 5 minutes of usage, the computer would restart, and on restart the drive would just disappear, completely gone. or it would freeze in the middle of something. It would freeze everything, and then I'd have to hard reset the computer to get back into it. So I decided to go ahead and just because I had no other option, find the oldest drive in the house. It's like an old 3.5-inch hard drive that's plugged into this right now. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's back here. But I went to go. I started it running at the test, the CPU Intel processor diagnostics tool, just like I did in the other test. 25 minutes ago, and it has not failed yet, and it's still going. Okay, so it's day 3 of me trying to get the processor to work. I was able to get it functioning without the hard drive or the drive reaching 100% and crashing. But using this old, really old SATA hard drive, and I'll just pull this out. It's not really old, but it's a hard drive, not an SSD. So it only works with this. So I did a little bit of research online, and it seems that other people have been experiencing the same problem within Windows once they upgrade to an SSD, due to the fact that maybe they're going from IDE to AHCI setting in the BIOS, or from legacy to UEFI. I tried changing every one of those things, and it still did not work for me. So the next thing that I found out was some people said that they had success by not using the generic Microsoft SATA controller, but then instead installing the one that comes for the board. So that's what I'm going to try to do now. Hopefully it's stable enough and long enough for me to be able to plug the driver in and try to update it. So yeah, let's try it out. Okay, so we're gonna go here. What did I name it? Trying to fix issue. The other thing that you guys probably noticed is that I took out the graphics card. So the green tint thing was actually due to the graphics card. I found that out because I removed it and I went to onboard graphics, and it just worked. So I think there's actually something wrong with my RX 580. That is an RX 580. It's something I had for a long time, just kind of laying around. I figured I'd use it to test this with. I wasn't expecting it to cause any more confusion. Okay, just to fill you guys in, I'm gonna run PUBG just on the processor graphics right now, just because I want to eliminate the possibility of my graphics card causing a problem. So obviously it's not gonna run great because it is on onboard graphics, but we're gonna go to just training mode. What is it? Training mode? Join. Alright guys, results time. So, of course everybody's going to want to know what happened to the graphics card and what happened to the processor, right? And the NVMe. So, I'm sad to say that I could not bring the graphics card back to life. It's right here. The closest I got to it coming to life was LEDs, fans running, or the RGBs and the fans running, and then it showed up in Device Manager for a short time, and it showed like error code 43. But I could not get a display off of it no matter what. I know in the past when I've seen error code 43, I could at least get a display. I couldn't get one out of here. I pretty much said I have nothing to lose, so I did the one thing that I usually tell people not to do, and I stuck the PCB in the oven. And when I plugged it back in, the fan still ran, the RGB still turned on, still no signal. but now it doesn't even show up in Device Manager at all. So that sucks. Oops. Yay. As for the processor, the i9-9900K, well, it's still going. So yeah, it had the problem where I couldn't put a RAM stick in the first slot of the motherboard at first. Well, it has the RAM in the first slot now, so that's great. It had the problem where the drives were completely disappearing. The drive's still going, and it also had the problem where the drive would hit 100% usage, and then the computer would crash. Well, it turns out that, as far as I can see right now, so far, just installing the actual SATA controller, or the AHCI SATA controller that comes with this board off of the Gigabyte website, fixed the problem. Wait, hold up. So, it didn't work. It crashed again. The driver thing didn't work. It did the whole thing where it froze up and it went to 100%. But so I started trying to use. I decided to just use my noggin and kind of just put kind of things together, add them up together, and I started thinking about, okay, so it doesn't fail in BIOS. It doesn't fail while Windows is installing. It only fails while within Windows. So, what does that mean? That means that maybe Windows is doing something to the drives. What could it be doing to the drives? So then I started researching a little bit more about the Windows 10 and a couple of the settings and stuff, and I came up. Can you please shut up? The game's still running. Sorry. So I started looking more into power settings in Windows, and decided to go digging in and to see what the power settings actually do within Windows. And I ended up going to Control Panel and going into Hardware and Sound Power Options, and clicked on Change Plan Settings and Advanced Power Settings. So there are two options here that I noticed. First one is hard disk. It says there's a setting for turn off the hard disk after 20 minutes. That's a default setting, 20 minutes. I turned that completely off. I know this isn't a hard disk, but I turned that completely off. I didn't even know that was a thing. The second thing that I noticed is if you go down to PCI Express, which is, there's a thing called Link State Power Management. That's actually to save power. So if like something connected to the PCIe is not being utilized a lot, it will go into a low power state. So what I'm thinking here is maybe, just maybe, Windows is setting the SSD or the NVMe to a low power state and pretty much almost shutting it down, and that's causing the system to crash, and that could kind of explain why the system on reboot, then the NVMe just completely disappears. It could explain it. So I ended up changing these things, and while I was here, I decided to click on the processor power management and put my minimum processor state to 100% because why not? It's an i9. Let's just do that. That's just because we can do that. And so far, after changing those settings, I went ahead and ran the same benchmarks. I ran the same tests, and I've been playing PUBG for, I don't know, close to an hour now, and nothing has gone wrong. I've restarted it a few times, and nothing has gone wrong. So, could this have been the fix? I don't know. I'm going to see, but so far this is what's actually working better than anything else. But anyways, aside from this interruption, let's go back to that guy. That previous guy that thought he fixed it with a driver. He's an idiot. But let's let him finish the outro up. So. But I'm happy. Out of all of this stuff that I picked up, trash that I picked up, we got And then a beautiful 1 terabyte Saber NVMe that worked. We got 4 hard drives that worked. I'm gonna end up doing something with these. And we have an i9-9900K that works. I can only assume that the reason why this was tossed out was because they put it in a system, and when they tried to boot into it, it started doing everything that it did to me, and then they just kind of assumed that the processor was dead. Alright everyone, thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share the video. I appreciate everyone being here and helping out the channel. And I will see you on the next one. Hopefully we can get our hands on some more trash to test out and to play with. So take care. Take care of yourself.